impactful conversation. And today I have my special guest. She is a fellow podcaster as well as an author and the author of several books, none other than Miss Amy Reilly.
Good morning,
Welcome.
or whatever time it is for you. It's morning for me.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for
Well,
that introduction.
welcome back, Miss Amy. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Sure. Basically, I help you discover how you can use food to have a better sex life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, to have a better sex life. That's what we aim here on Sex 101. People, I'm inviting Miss Amy as my co-host on Sex 101. Sooner or later will be my co-host. So now I'm just introducing her and observing what's really a Sex 101 in this, well, this genre or these generations. And can you tell us your podcast, Miss Amy? It's all
Oh,
about sex too, right?
no, I don't have a podcast. I have a
Oh,
website.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, soon to have a podcast. Soon to have
Apparently
a
I'm on the
podcast.
podcast. Breaking
Yes.
news.
But sooner or later, she will be my co-host. So, well, welcome to Sex 101, Miss Amy. And what will be our topic for today?
Well, today I'd love to talk about that sexual connection and where food can weave its way into that. I know you go on this show, you tend to go a little more in depth into a topic. You don't simply, go on the surface and have guests in who bring tips. You really dig in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that food as a part of ritual, as a part of connection, it's really a meaningful thing. And that can also be a part of sex.
True. I I agree with that, Miss Amy. So beyond just being hungry, describe a specific food you can crave when you need a comfort, escape, or sense of being held. What does the food provide that gives beyond nutrition?
Well, if you look at it for yourself, so think about yourself, think about when you have a food craving. Is
Mm-hmm.
that really, is it, maybe it's a nutritional need, sometimes it is, but more often it's an emotional need, right? You want a hot bowl of soup on a cold day, or you want, the soup that your mom made for you when you were sick, that kind of thing. We
Mm-hmm.
have these associations that are often more emotional, and I believe you can tap into that to, well, I know you can tap into that to have a greater romantic connection, a greater connection
Mm-hmm.
both with your partner and with your own sex drive. And if you connect strongly, you can even improve your own sexual performance if you understand those cravings
Mm-hmm.
and look to, okay, why am I having it, how do I feel it, what's the best choice.
Indeed. What is the best choice? So let's talk about the anticipation. Think
Mm.
of meal you've looked forward for days. How much of the pleasure is in waiting and imagining the taste versus the actual eating?
I mean, it depends on the person. There are those of us who can't stand waiting, right?
Yes, I want now.
Right. But for most of us, anticipation is definitely part of the pleasure. Now the meal has to deliver, right? You don't want the
Yes.
letdown.
Mm-hmm.
But that build up, and that especially if it's like you're going to have a romantic dinner, that build up is not just to the taste of the food in your mouth or feeling satisfied by the food. It's also the building of sexual tension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. So if specific dish could perfectly describe your ideal or sensuality or pleasure,
Hmm.
what would the dish be and what make it evocative? Is it the texture, temperature, or the way it's eaten?
Okay. So I I'm a sensation junkie, so this is
Mm.
partially mine. I'm putting my own right. I'm putting my own needs and interests on this, but I firmly believe that a romantic meal is an experiential thing. It's not
Mhm.
just nourishment. It's not just taste. It's not just the fact that you're sitting down and having quality time, but quality one-on-one time with the person. Those are all important. But I do believe that texture and temperature and aroma, all of these play into that romantic experience. And we all experience it a little bit differently. So it's part of it is planning it to give your partner what they need, right? Of course, you want to
Yes.
give yourself what you need, but it's really about that person who's across the table, that person you're taking the time to be with, to sort of meet all of their, to titillate their senses, right?
Mhm. Yes. Certainly. So, Miss Amy, do you have a secret food that's something you prefer to eat alone, or perhaps even in a specific ritualistic way? And what does a private ritual?
That's
How
funny.
about what
I
you
do have
shared?
one, and it has
Uh
nothing to do with sex, but I eat it in bed. Um,
huh. Okay.
it's funny. I was at a Galentine's event recently, and
Hmm.
I was talking with one of the women there about texture and the impact, the sound of someone else eating a crunchy texture and how that upsets her. She can't, that sound is like the greatest turnoff. And I said, well, that's funny. My husband can't stand that sound either. He doesn't want me to eat a salad in front of him even. And so for some reason at night I like crackers. And so I would tell him, okay, I'm going to go take my crackers and I'm going to go eat them in bed. Do not come in because I am having cracker time. And it
Hmm.
makes no sense. There's absolutely neither nutritionally nor emotionally nor relationship wise does it make any sense at all. I can't say that I recommend it for a relationship, except that he really loves the fact that I respect his needs and I take my private cracker time. I think he might actually be a little turned on by the fact that I have my private cracker time.
Cracker time with Miss Amy. So,
I really that was like one of my deepest, darkest things I have just revealed.
uh-huh.
I eat crackers alone in bed. Yeah.
So think about the time a particular smell or taste unexpectedly transported you back to a specific person or a
Yeah.
moment of intense emotion. What is the trigger and what did unlock you?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? And I mean, the trigger can be anything for anyone. I know that for a lot of men, it's proven that the scent of vanilla is arousing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been speculation that perhaps it's because like it takes you back to a childhood kitchen, a
True.
warm kitchen where someone made you cookies. So we haven't, I mean, I haven't seen very many studies that have tried to explain or map this. But it is something that is definitely true, and it's true for all of us. And in fact, you brought me to, I created something just for this occasion, for this kind of conversation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I created a little guided exercise. It takes about 10 minutes. It's called
Yes.
What Turns You On at the Table? And if this resonates with you, if you are curious about the foods that kind of work for you and exploring that more, go to eatsomething.sexy.com/podcast. That's my
Mm-hmm.
website,
Mm-hmm.
eatsomething.sexy.com, and download. It's a free resource for you. Go through this 10-minute guided exercise and see what that thing is for you.
Mm-hmm. Certainly, yes. Support Miss Amy and well, discover your pleasure.
Yes, I want everyone to check this out and discover like the thing that's for them. I built this for
Mm.
you because I know this type of conversation resonates a lot with people, but they don't quite know what their thing is. So go find
Mm. Go find out, people.
out. It's probably not crackers in bed, but
No crackers in bed. For sure. So, Miss Amy, the phrase to feed someone is deeply intimate. Who
Mm.
was the first person outside your family who truly fed you and not just cook for you or seem understand what you needed?
Oh, wow. Um, oh my goodness. That is a really interesting question. You know, I was always one of those people who was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it the best. And I really, it's me. Like
Mm-hmm.
learning how to feed myself and what my thing was. The answer is me.
Mm-hmm. The answer is you. So do you express love through food? So if so, how it is making someone favorite dish? A sourcing array of ingredients of them, or simply learning exactly how you take their coffee.
It's like it's I mean, honestly, to some degree, it's a sign of respect, right? This is something that you
Sure.
would do for your lover, but it's also something you do for your boss.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the ways food is very important in communication. We don't stop to think about it because it's quite natural for us. But you know, learning someone else's tastes and preferences is a way of helping you connect with them on a deeper level, showing that you are listening and you're learning and you care.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. So, Miss Amy, let's connect your book, Romancing the Stove, or what we are talking about.
Oh,
Which chapter you can relate?
oh, so Romancing the Stove. So this was my second cookbook. And oh, there it is. Oh, there I am. I just got bigger.
Romancing the Stove.
That was me before I had children. But so this book, this recipe wise, this is actually the favorite of my book. So it's interesting that you chose this one, because it's all about choosing the recipe by what kind of romantic outcome you want.
Mm-hmm.
There are recipes in there too that will help you strengthen your libido or strengthen your sexual performance. But there are also recipes in there for like if you want to plan a romantic dinner, if you want to have a whole weekend experience of aphrodisiacs, if you want to have kind of an easy romantic meal in a different venue, like I want to have a romantic picnic, or you know what else could we do? So there's kind of recipes for every sort of aspect of romance.
Mm, interesting. Miss Amy, describe a meal where the conversation of the food seemed to be in perfect harmony. Each course deepening the connection at the table. What was served and what was shared?
Mm. Well, I think that depends on the two people at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, what was served was things that they both love, right? Foods that they could
Sure.
connect with. Maybe it was foods that bring back some kind of memory. Maybe it's a memory of a trip they had together. That's always a
Yes.
great one to bring back. You learn that exotic cocktail from your tropical vacation, or maybe your first weekend away together. You had some dessert that was unforgettable, and you learn that recipe and kind of bring that moment back. Or maybe it's something just from a point in your life that you know, where that food was just really meaningful to you. Those things are always, you know, can be really spectacular. Or maybe it's just a really tasty meal. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to always have layers and layers of meaning, right? Sometimes it's just delicious.
Delicious indeed. So, for your another book, which is Fork Me, Spoon Me, the Sensual Cookbook, where can you relate to our topic? Which chapter?
Um, so this book is really about getting to know the whole concept of aphrodisiac foods and getting to know what aphrodisiacs are. And I introduced it in a very simple way with this book by here are 12 ingredients that are aphrodisiac that you can probably go to a store in your neighborhood or in your town and get all of these ingredients, or at least some of them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and experiment with using them in a romantic context.
True. So, Miss Riley, can you give us a sample? Just one food that our listener or viewer excited to have right now.
It's funny when you pulled up that picture of Fork Me Spoon Me. I don't know why. It's winter here, of course. I
Yes.
live in California, but the when you pulled up the book, it made me think of peaches, which is one
Mm.
of the 12 ingredients in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking about how much I would like a peach right now because it's winter and I'm not going to get one. So there's something I think desirable about the fact of food that's tantalizing, but you can't quite get it.
Yes.
Yeah, there's something something very special. But a peach, I mean, think about it. A simple, perfectly ripe peach is just it's it's just the sensory pleasure of it, the flavor because it's both sweet and tart. It's so juicy and it's plush, and then that fuzzy skin is kind of tickly to your fingers. It's just a sensory pleasure, just a simple peach.
Mm-hmm. A simple peach, people. Or if peach is not available, yes, apple if you want.
Yep, go with the apple. The
Go
apple
to the
is like
apple.
symbol of fertility, symbol of
Yes.
romance. The apple is always a safe choice. Make it a red one.
Definitely. So food can be a way of setting boundary, isn't it, Miss Amy?
Hmm.
Can you recall a time you said no to food or someone said no to food you offered?
Oh, I mean, I have kids. People say no to my food all the time. Um, so, I just keep going.
Hmm.
At this point, they're old enough that I can say, "Oh, okay, you don't like my food, go make something yourself." Um,
Hmm.
that's, I mean, and that's kind of the best answer I think to anyone who rejects your food. Okay, why don't you show me what you want then? And then I learn. That doesn't mean I'm still not going to give things that they might not want. But it's I think that we do have to we can learn from that and we can be conscious of that. Um, More often than not, though, people are excited about the foods that I serve, thankfully. And like I said, I do try to be conscious of what people like. Have
Hmm.
I rejected someone's food? I Yes, yes, I have. I do not like beets. So if you serve me anything with beets, I will just have to say I'm really sorry. Have it.
I don't like beets. Well, good to know, Mister. How about crackers with beets?
Crackers with beets. No, pass. Hard pass. Wow.
Hard pass. So, how about your book, Eat Cake Naked? If you
Um,
relate to our topic for today, which chapter of your book?
oh my goodness. So this book is this if you have a sweet tooth like me, this is the book for you because it's all about the sensual pleasures of sweets and
Mm-hmm.
using them in romance. But what's interesting about this book is we didn't really set it up to create certain romantic situations. I have a co author on this book who, her name is Delana Flagg. She actually has a PhD in nutrition. What we did with this book was try to layer desserts with ingredients that will help boost sex drive or sexual health.
Mm. Interesting. Eat cake naked, people. Certainly. So, can you give us one ingredient to excite our viewers or listeners right now to have or to implement in their dinner or breakfast or whatever they want to implement
Oh my
in their
goodness.
daily life?
Okay, I mean, there's so many ingredients that I love. There's obviously only one that I hate, beets. Which by the way are historically considered aphrodisiac, so don't discount the beet. It's just my thing. But wow, one that I love to talk about. This and I think it's a really sexy ingredient. Coffee.
Mm.
Coffee is historically aphrodisiac. And it's not just because it gives you that boost of energy potentially when you may need it, um, but it also helps enhance mood. So it helps you get into a better mood. So, we talk about, is coffee good? Is coffee bad? I mean, I'm right there with the people who say have the coffee. Obviously in moderation, don't go crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
coffee has a lot of benefits. And one of them is that it puts you in a little bit better of a mood.
True. It give you booze,
Mm.
especially if you are tired. Well, drink one cup of coffee, give you something else. So, Miss Amy, to wrap up our discussion for today, looking at your life as a menu, what course are you right now? A muse of a new possibilities, a rich and complex main course, or simply but perfect dessert? And who are you hoping to share with?
Oh, wow. Um, Dessert. It's always dessert, and I'd love to share it with all of your listeners because something sweet just warms us all.
Certainly, dessert people. So, Miss Amy, can you please invite our listeners to support all your books, your advocacy, or your upcoming book as well?
Sure, you can find everything at everything at my everything page, eatsomething.sexy.com/everything. And I didn't think
Mm.
about that when I started talking. Um, you can find everything and everything. So it's
Yes.
eatsomething.sexy.com/everything. And if you want to try that little guided exercise, which I really recommend, go to eatsomething.sexy.com/podcast and get that free resource.
Yes, people, let's about Miss Amy Reiley. And wow, think something that make you sexy and eat it. It boosts you. It will boost your sexuality for sure. So, Miss Amy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And please, did you invite already me to look forward for your book, your upcoming book coming this spring?
I do. I have two books coming up this spring, Passion Pantry for him and Passion Pantry for her. You'll find them both on eatsomething.sexy.com.
Yes, looking forward for that, Miss Amy, and let's talk about it on here on Sex 101 as well on Book 101 review. So, Miss Amy, thank you so much for your time. More to come, people. See you soon.